Dr. Thangaveluji, who's been practicing meditation past few months, otherwise been a very, very successful medical doctor, but great social service-oriented individual, leader from Coimbatore.
Very happy to introduce Dr. Thangavelu sir. Dr. L.P. Thangavelu, Chairman of Ashwini Hospitals, Ashwini Cancer Center, PPG Group of Educational Institutes. Dr. Thangavelu was born in farmer's family at Lokahana Halli, a remote village in Tamil Nadu. He was the first graduate from his village, first doctor in that area. Dr. Thangavelu has innate love and deep concern for the poor. After completion of MBBS course, he served for 10 years in the rural and tribal villages near Satyamangalam. Then he moved to Coimbatore city and started multi-speciality hospitals, mainly focused on poor and tribals. He played a dominant role in establishing Bharatiya Shanti Old Age Home near Satyamangalam, where 250 elderly persons are taken care of. He started P. Perichi Gaundar Memorial Charitable Trust in the memory of his father in the year 1992, with the objective to give quality education and health care to all, and especially to the poor from the rural areas. Dr. Thangavelu, sir, is a senior faculty of Indian Associations of Gastroenterology Surgeons. He actively involves himself in teaching and training the surgeons from the association to get fellowship in basic advanced laparoscopy surgery. He had contributed significantly in dedicating many policy level matters on healthcare delivery to the public by the state and central government agencies. Some of his active roles in various medical bodies are Member of Medical Council of India 2013 to 2018, President of IMA Tamil Nadu State during 2012 to 2013, National Vice President of IMA 2015, Member of Tamil Nadu Medical Council, Vice President Executive Committee Member of Indian Association of Gastroenterology Surgeons, Senate and Governing Council Member of the Tamil Nadu for MGR Medical University, Member Planning Board of Bharatiya University, life member of Red Cross Society. Some of recognition of his service are Dr. Thangavelu sir honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Tamil Nadu MGR Medical University, awarded the Honorary Doctorate in Science, honored with the Best Performing Doctor Award for the year 2014 by the Government of Tamil Nadu. Thangavelu sir has been practicing breath mindfulness meditation for the past few months and finding holistic benefits from the regular practice. Let us all welcome Dr. Thangavelu sir.
My dear brothers and sisters, thank you, Chandra, for giving me this opportunity. I feel I'm very happy and I feel really honored in this group to share some of my thoughts. At the outset, I would like to thank Patriji, Brahmarishi Patriji, one of the greatest sages of this century I met. And he has devoted his entire life to the spiritual life manifestation. I mean, that is this meditation, spreading meditation to the nooks and corners of the country, not only in India, abroad also, throughout the world also. It's a wonderful personality, but still leading a very simple and humble life, down-to-earth person. I am grateful to Chandraji and Vani Madam for organizing this program meticulously and conducting this program continuously for this third times in a row. I congratulate them and I thank them for their excellent hospitality every day without any, tiredness on their face. they are sitting and conducting this program. I thank them for their excellent hospitality. I thank Madam Seetal for her excellent introduction, but it is very, very elaborate. I sent my, biodata. What I had in my mail, I sent to Chandra, and you have read almost all the things in that. That's absolute. I thank you, madam, for this. And I also am grateful to great leaders, Dr. Newton and Dr. Shreyans Daga, for their wonderful role in spreading the meditation throughout the world. I am grateful to some of the, because I've been in this group for the third time, and I have to mention some of the names, and I'm grateful to all of them. Suji Nair, Salini, Santi Priya, Sheetal, and Anandi, and Nagapradeep, Koti, Das. Sorry if I have missed any of the team members who were very instrumental in organizing this program very meticulously. I saw some of the programs, not at all, organized such an excellent way. I congratulate them, all these people, and I thank them. I am grateful to them, all the people, for this wonderful service. I want to make Chandra happy today. Two meditators met and discussed. One fellow told the other person that I developed some disease. I went to the doctor. The other meditator, he asked him, you are doing meditation, why do you go to the doctor? Go to the doctor. The other doctor said, the other person said, I go to the doctor because doctor has to survive. What happened? He wrote some investigations. What did you do? I did all the investigations. Why did you do all the investigations? Because you are a meditator. No, the laboratory fellow has to survive. That's why I did all the investigations. Then what happened? Doctor prescribed some medicines. I went to the pharmacy and bought all the medicines. Why did you buy? You don't believe doctors? Why did you buy all these medicines? Because the pharmacy people has to survive. That is why I bought all the medicines. Then what happened? Did you take all the medicines and get cured? Then the climax comes there. No, I didn't take all the medicines because I have to survive. I think with this, my master Chandra will be very, very happy. Great service. Sorry, na?
Amazing joke, I said. That's great. I really love it.
So I thank you, Chandra, for your this thing. I have many thoughts in my mind to share with you. I'm not a very popular man or great personality or anything. But some business people can learn or may learn something from my journey of my small, life. That we are talking about repeatedly manifestations. I am coming from a very small village and a very remote village without any basic amenities. I come from there. But in my school, there was no government school in my village. Some teacher taught me something up to 6th standard. After 6th standard, I went to Satyamangalam for my education in a government school. None of my family members interested in my studies. They all worried about this boy. He is not at all bothering about taking care of the agricultural activities. How can he live in this world? He is always studying. That was a complaint made to my father frequently by my caretakers in my garden at Satyamangalam. That was a very peculiar experience I come across. In medical college, when I was studying, it was a long story. Medical college, when I was entering into third year of medicine, I lost my father. All of a sudden, my family didn't have money. I was frustrated. I have to discontinue my studies and go back to my village and do my agriculture. In those days, there was no educational loan, nothing. Nobody was there to help you. I also did not know anybody. And I went to the terrace one day and sat there and out of frustration, I wrote a letter to Lord Muruga Palani, Lord Muruga, telling that why, Lord, you are keeping me in such a frustrated situation. And another letter to Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. You all will be surprised. Within 8 days, I received a letter from, I received some prasadams from Palani Malai, from Lord Muruga. Some officer would have sent it. Another, within another 2-3 days, I received few people from Bank of Baroda searching for who is Thangavelu in my hostel. And, that day, they took me, they scolded me. If you need money, you should ask us. Why do you write a letter to Prime Minister? Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was so kind and small boy from a village. And that's how, with 3,500 rupees loan, I could complete my studies. In my life experience, nothing is easy in this world. Nothing is free, but everything is possible. Everything is possible if you try and work hard, and everything is possible. I learned many things from my mistakes, from my failures, and from my rejections. Many times I was rejected from various agencies. For example, I studied MBBS. I completed my MBBS. I wanted to join the government service as a assistant surgeon. For that, I applied to Tamil Nadu Service Commission, Public Service Commission. I was rejected 3 times in a row, continuously. The third time, when I was coming out of the Service Commission, I looked back the Service Commission building and told that building, one day I will prove this world. You are rejecting me with all qualification. One day I will prove this world that I will employ at least 100 people or 200 people in my hospital, and that has happened. That is a manifestation in my life. I wanted to become doctor. I wanted to become a big hospital. I constructed a medium-sized hospital with 150 beds and a cancer hospital. That's my life ambition, to serve the suffering people. Some of my relatives suffered and died because of cancer. So I decided to set up a cancer hospital. All these things are possible without any money. That is a very important message I want to give you. If you have a will, if you are honest, if you are truth, and if you have hard work behind you, you can achieve anything and everything. Everything is possible. As Dr. Karthikeyan always say, nothing is impossible. My point is everything is possible. if you have a heart and soul to work for it. And similarly, my dear sisters and brothers, I was a school topper in that government school. I approached a college in Coimbatore. My father was a very well-respected person. Because we received our certificates a little late, that principal told my father, we cannot accommodate your son. A very big man in my village, my father, holding his both the hands, begging for a seat in pre-university course. Still, I cannot forget that. Standing at the corner of that hall, I decided, one day I will educate thousands of students. And today we are educating some 5,000 students in our educational institutions. So, all these things, then I was shy and timid. But I cannot speak to big people. All those things out of compulsion, necessity, removed from my life, and I could become many positions. I fought against a former Chief Minister Jayalalitha's candidate in medical council and was elected. And everybody said your institutions will be affected. You have got so many institutions. Why do you take risk? I said nothing doing. I will contest the election. Let us see. Nothing happened. I became, as my sister told, Sheetal told, I become presidents in many big in my professional associations, in many associations. After Mahatma Gandhi, I was inspired by Abdul Kalam. He was my superstar, I have to recall two memorable visits. I had the opportunity of meeting him 6 or 7 times, but his 2 visits to my institution and our association meeting, I cannot forget. And that great person, once, we invited to our student, to our institution. Our strength was about 4,500 at that time. And by word of mouth, some 10,000 students gathered there. When we entered the auditorium on that day, the youngsters celebrated that day like anything. And he was given a rousing welcome, repeated applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, Abdul Kalam is a very simple person. He did not even wear luxury clothes like any other politician or anything. And he was very humble. He's not a great orator. There are so many people who can speak, who could speak very well in those days. And very simplicity. And he was not a handsome person. In Tamil Nadu, in those days, MGR was the very charismatic leader. The huge crowd will gather. But students, youngsters, such a great gathering I have never seen in my life. That day I can never forget. And I asked one of the students, one of the brilliant students in our college, what made these students, so fascinated by our Abdul Kalam? He said, sir, it is nothing. It's concern for the youngsters. Concern for the youngsters. Mahatma Gandhi was so powerful, you could control the entire India because he had concern for the poor people of India. This great man is having concern for youngsters. That is why we are all after him. He is our superstar, sir. That is how, these two visits I cannot forget in my uh, life. Some of the youngsters are here, and I want to, and business leaders, entrepreneurs are there. I want to share here few things. Abdul Kalam always, tell two things. One, dream about your goals. That is not the, he insisted, he was talking about the dreams, the dream not coming while sleeping. His dream, he always tell, your dream should not let you sleep. That sort of dream you all youngsters should have. That's a very, very famous quote. Everybody knows about that. And the second thing, um, very, very, relevant to my life also. Never look at the stories of success people. You will get only messages. You will get only messages. You look at the failures of the people. Failures of the people. That will give you lessons. That will give you ideas for progress. That will give some suggestions to your work. So you always look at the failures of the people. That is another biggest great quote by Abdul Kalam, which I always like that, and I always practice in my life. Please set a goal. For all youngsters, if you want to come up in life, please set a goal. You should have sincerity, as SVB always used to tell. Should be sincere, truthful, and honest. Should do hard work. Nothing can replace hard work. And most important thing is you should love your work. If you don't love your work, if you love your work, it is like a garland on your shoulders. If you don't like or love your work, then that is like a handcuff. So enjoy your work and love your work. If you love your work, then it will become a smart work automatically. On the other day, Shreyans was telling, I don't believe in hard work. I believe in smart work. But I tell you, you cannot replace hard work. But you can convert that hard work into smart work by enjoying that, by loving that work. And perseverance is another very important. Perseverance, you should not give up. Never give up attitude should be always there. So, my dear sisters and brothers, nothing is easy in this world. Nothing is free in this world. But everything is possible by your hard work, perseverance, and never give up attitude. Coming to the meditation for which I have involved myself for the past so many, third time I am sitting here. As far as health is concerned, absence of disease is not health. This is WHO definition. Absence of disease is not health. Health means physically healthy, mentally healthy, social health, and spiritual health. This is the latest WHO definition. As far physical health, we doctors, medical doctors are there to take care of it. But the other things, the mental health, social health, and spiritual health, only, spiritual leaders can help there. They are the doctors. Meditation is an only answer, in my opinion, and it has been proved scientifically also, for these three healths: mental, social, and spiritual health. So this I have realized after this several days of experience. During the lockdown period, I was calling and talking to Dr. S.V. Balasubramaniam for some other thing. And he told me about this meditation. And from the way in which he was telling, I know very well that he is not very serious about it, because this fellow may not follow this. That sort of idea he would have had. But, after that, whenever, I have got some uh, uh, ideal people, I have earmarked some ideal people in my life, like, they are my heroes. Dr. Karthikeyan. I can talk about 1 hour for the work of Karthikeyan as police officer in Karnataka and his reputation. When I was young in college, every day in the alternative days in Deccan Herald, I used to read DC of Bangalore, Dr. Karthikeyan strikes again. He was such a powerful man controlling law and order. And Dr. SVB, from a very small, joined as an account officer in a sugar factory. And, he became the general manager, and subsequently he was, established 5 sugar factories in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, 2 sugar factories in Karnataka and 3 in Tamil Nadu. Not easy. More than 10,000 employees are there. A great educational institution is there. Such a great personality. These are all my inspiration and my leaders. And when such persons tell something, whether I'll always, without any question, I'll start following that. So after started doing this meditation, involving myself in the meditation, I had a lot of time in the lockdown period. So I follow this. Always I used to have disturbed sleep. Now I am having sound sleep without any tranquilizer or sedatives. I can get sound sleep with almost all the people who are doing meditation will agree with me. As Mr. Mukesh was telling, mindful of everything, mindful of my eating habits, my dietary habits, everything changed. I notice a lot of discipline in my dietary and eating habits. Previously, I used to take my lunch in my journey from my hospital to college in the car. Now I don't do all those things. The mindful eating, that's very important. Even if you take a glass of juice, you should enjoy it and drink it. That I learned from this. And control of tongue is very important. Control of tongue is very important in this life, ladies and gentlemen. And 2 things. One is taste. Because of taste, without any control, people eat and develop all sorts of disease. That has to be controlled. That is possible in this meditation. The another thing, unnecessary words. Unnecessary words, that will spoil the relationship, and that also has to be controlled. So you should be mindful about your tongue. Always, the anger management. I used to get lot of, whenever somebody commits some mistakes, previously, I used to tell them, you are the cause for that mistake, accuse people. Nowadays, I stop. Whenever I come across some failures, I say, I am responsible. Whenever some success comes, friends, you are all responsible for this. You have done a wonderful job. All these things I am noticing now. All changes I am noticing now. So as anger is concerned, my always, there is a joke also in the, many of you know, whenever you are angry with somebody, and you should think before talking, before opening your mouth. If it is younger to you, you count 10. You count 10 and then start talking. If it is equal age, you count 30. If he is senior to you, you count 50. By the time your anger will be gone. If it's your wife, don't count. You keep on counting and don't talk. That is the anger management. Even though it is a joke, it works very well. And meditation controls my temperament also, change my temperament also beautifully. My decision making also, I notice, improved very, very great extent, to a very great extent. You know, I can keep on talking to, for want of time, I want to cut short here. And meditation made me to read some books also. I read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna tells, don't bother about the fruits, the end results you don't bother about. Expecting the result, you don't work. You will not reach the destination. Failure or success, you treat it equally. Whether it is success, you may have success or failures. You may win or lose. Happiness, unhappiness, anything you treat equally, then you will be successful. Then only you focus on your duty. These simple messages, so many messages for your lifetime, life is available in Bhagavad Gita. And Patriji has told me, and I have already read twice. Every time when you start reading, you get something new in that. After greatness of all these things, as a doctor, I have got a duty, and you have to follow. I have heard in these sharing sessions, I have relieved ankle pain. Somebody says hip pain gone. Somebody says my acidity gone. Somebody says my heart blocks resolved. All these things are good. I'm very happy about that. I am not a very competent authority to comment on all these things. But I am not canvassing for my profession also. Do meditation. If everything is becoming all right, then we are also happy. But please go to the doctor. I don't say it is only allopathic. It can be any other system, any Indian system. Go to the doctor and do periodical checkups. And this is COVID time. I want to give a small suggestion to my senior. I'm seeing many senior friends here. There are 5 things you have to follow in this COVID time. One is protein-rich diet. Reduce the carbohydrate in your this thing. I don't have time to elaborate all these things. And number 2 is adequate sleep. Adequate sleep for 5 to 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours is a must to improve your immunity. All the people are talking about enhancing the immunity of the people. Yes, to enhance the immunity, you should take a lot of protein diet and less carbohydrate diet. What is that? You can see in internet, and you have to do physical exercise. Mild physical exercise is a must to enhance your immunity. And the stress level, the worry level, all those things should come down. For that, our meditation is available, that too freely available every day in the morning, without any price or anything. Meditation. And the most important thing here is control your comorbidities. That is, if you have diabetes, all the senior citizens may have diabetes, may have hypertension. Go to your doctor, check periodically, control your blood sugar, control your hypertension with medicine, without medicine, with only meditation. I don't bother about all those things. Somehow, all these things should be controlled. All these things will enhance immunity. And I thank all the senior leaders and Chandra for giving me this excellent opportunity. And I thank you once again for the great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Thangaveluji. Wonderful. So many messages. It's tough to summarize. But I think beautifully said. I'll leave out the last part, which is where you and I differ. Let's leave that part out. But I think everything has been just amazing. Amazing. The simplicity, the hard work, which you love, it becomes naturally the smart work. I think these are all beautiful, beautiful messages. And anyway, more than me, SVB sir and Karthikeyan sir, I like your comments, but I loved every part of it. There's something that I'll just leave out the last part of it, everything else, which I think we'll continue to work together and say why meditation makes it holistic, right? It doesn't leave anybody. But however, I think your simplicity with which you come up, and then your heart. And sir, I asked him just last night at 9:30, I made a phone call and said, Thangavelu sir, I want you to speak. And then he's speaking, this is what happens when you have life experience with speaking. You don't have to prepare, it's all extemporaneous. Thank you so much. SVB sir.
Yeah, all of us heard the beautiful stories from Mr. Mukesh Chauhan and Dr. Thangavelu. One common message from both of them is gratitude. Mr. Mukesh said that he has undergone, meditation from various masters like Raj Yoga, etc. But ultimately, he found the meditation by Mr. Chandra, the Pyramid Institute, is the best, the simplest and the best, and he has been able to go through that, and many of the advantages, benefits he got out of it, like creativity and power of subconscious mind, all those things he talked about. And one specific point which we learn from him is 10 commandments. As soon as he get up in the morning, he made it a point, 10 points he used to. Out of this, gratitude is the number one. Like that, he has said, and the advantages that he could obtain by mindfulness in everything, and that gives us a great experience of him in going through the meditation. Next, Dr. Thangavelu. It's not address, it is a convocation address, I would rather say, because it's covered all the points. When Mr. Chauhan, he did mention about his benefits from the meditation, and also because of that, what advantages he could get in the business, in his IT business, where new things will have to be thought over then and there. Dr. Thangavelu said his whole experience of life. Maybe it's not that we would have asked him to stop, even if he is allowed for another 1 or 2 hours. Also, I think participants would be happy to listen to him, because every word of his, like what Chandra says, has been very, very useful. He talked about real practical lessons which everyone should follow. He said, we used to talk about, we should read successful stories of the people, but he said differently. We should only know the difficulties experienced with the people. Then only we will also, whenever we come across those difficulties, we will be able to really come out of it. And I know Dr. Thangavelu, as he comes from a very small village and coming to the level of a great personality. In Coimbatore, it is not this easy to compete with the people and come up in life. But as a person with all capabilities and movement of with people and also higher up, as he rightly said, then when he came out of this public service commission where he could not get placement, he said that he will put up an hospital employing 100, 200 people of medical doctors. He has made it successful. That way, Dr. Thangavelu, I think my hearty congratulations to you. And I'm sure people, every one of the participants would have enjoyed your talk. Not even a single word is useless like that. Nobody would have thought. And very, very, in fact, I would rather say it is not only sharing your life, it is more a lecture where people should understand the many of the problems when one come across, how to succeed, about hard work, sincerity, perseverance. You talked about everything in the world. Not only that, you talked about Dr. Abdul Kalam and what you learned from him. These are all things which all participants would certainly absorb and try to follow in their life. That way, my hearty congratulations to both the stalwarts. In fact, before we start the session, many of the stalwarts who are joined this meditation program were talking high of Mr. Chandra, his words of wisdom before and after the meditation part has been very useful. And like what DRK normally says, now from first standard to gone to PhD is the way in which now Mr. Chandra is improving his commentary and also lecture on the meditation. Maybe in course of time there will be a club. Club will be named of Chandra's Fan Club. It will one day it will come. Like that, is meditation is really helping every one of them who have gone into it, and therefore it is utmost important that every one of us try to bring in our family members, friends, and also we try to introduce in all the schools, colleges. That is more important. The people who are going to become the citizens of the country will have a happy and healthy life, provided they are able to learn meditation from the early age. That way, I think this is a great service Mr. Chandra and Vani Madam are doing for the whole of the country. It is not only participants, it is going to expand to throughout the country as well as the world. Thank you, Chandra, for giving this opportunity to talk about these two great personalities who have shared their vision and mission in their life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, you as a business leader are setting an example. I mean, it just shows up when Thangavelu sir says that he's just taken you as inspiration. Karthikeyan sir, closing comments.
How can I add anything more than what the brilliant serving up given by SVB? Anyhow, two brilliant sharings today. They're brilliant in their own unique way. Mukesh Chavan's flow was beautiful. Customer care, imagine, when you want to succeed, you must also take care of the others with whom you are dealing with. And forgiveness, acceptance, spreading the benefit of meditation to everybody. And Dr. Thangavelu, it is a unique style. That's why I'm always anxious. Whenever Patriji comes, I'm very anxious to put Thangavelu and Patriji together. Very entertaining conversation, but very serious also. Amazing. A simple word from the heart. Every word he said was from the heart. Nothing to impress anybody. And we have a common interest, like also from a small village. Also studied in small schools. But ultimately got into medical college. I could not get it. I could not get admission. So our paths are different, but when we had satisfaction in our own different ways, So paths are many, but ultimately in any walk of life you can achieve. See his determination. Now he had the courage and write to Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. And he got a benefit. People will think, what is all nonsense? And also he wrote to Lord Muruga, he got a prasadam. Along with the prasadam, of course, the Lord Nasa influences Baroda Bank to go and meet him. Because name is Thangavelu, you know what it means? For the audience, I'm telling you, Velu means, the spear which Lord Muruga carries. Chandra, you are aware of that?
Oh, sir.
Velu means, you know, it's a spear. Where
Yes.
Buddha carries that Velu.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It
okay.
means golden spear. So because of that, you know, he had a special treatment from Lord Muruga and also Indira Gandhi also. And we have a common hero, that is Dr. Abdul Kalam, because for all of us, but particularly for me and him, we are very, you know, he's a man from practically nothing. He came up to what level, and even today, as President Pranab Mukherjee used to say, you are president, people's president forever. You know, that type of status is there. But you know, what all he has achieved is amazing. And see his simplicity. Created a hospital, specialty hospital, thousands of students, and helping aged people, so much of charitable work, but still such a humble, simple man. He writes to me, Anna, I don't know. I hope these were all right and all that. His humility, you know. That's why I always say, when people go higher and higher, they become humbler and humbler. That's what happened to Patriji. That's what you are doing, Chandra. Though you have now you have realized in the last 100 days your own capacity, your own power of able to influence people for the good cause, but still, you know, you're not lost your head. You just remain to be humble. I want you to remain humble. I told you, within 1 year, you're going to be a global teacher, which has happened already. Now, next one will be many more thousands will come. And you have created a wonderful team. Sheetal, you know what beautifully she makes there, what an anchor. You know, every one of them, they do a great job. And you won the admiration and gratitude of all these people becomes blessings. I believe in the words of blessings. You know, blessings is, you know, good thoughts. Good thoughts are very powerful. That adds to our strength, power, and all that. So you are doing a great job. Dr. Thangavelu and Mr. Mukesh Chavan, congratulations for your brilliant presentations. We learned a lot. You are inspiring all of us. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, dear friends. Wonderful, Karthikeyan sir, summarizing it all. As someone who is been guiding so many people, I think this is wonderful to have that message from you, sir. Simplicity and compassion are the two things that emerge from Thangveluji. That's why we have in Buddha CEO, we have defined an anthem for it. And then I'm going to talk about this one of the days. But simplicity is our vital culture. Compassion is our inner nature. And we see this. And ever since the moment I read his profile, that's what came out. His profile came out very peculiarly, that how much he is causing, how much he's looking for helping others constantly. So thank you so much, Thangveluji. We practicing meditation are getting there. Every day we practice and then we're getting there. We recognize we're all one. We recognize that we help each other. Happiness is in helping others. That's what we are. You exemplify through your life, and then we're doing that. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Mukesh. I love your statement that I've started approaching what is it that how can I help my customer succeed? Everything will be solved. When we start thinking, all problems in the world are solved. Beautiful. So friends, we'll start tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, we finish our manifestation week. So week 5 is on how do we increase our enjoyment? It's creativity. Creativity. It's all there's a law of infinity in spiritual science. The last law of infinity says that infinite ways of creation, infinite enjoyments, infinite things. So we'll understand creativity. Innovation is a way to amplify our experience and experience. And the last one, we'll understand about purpose of life. What is purpose of life? How do we align to purpose of life? What are the things that we could do to align purpose of life? In addition to meditation, meditation is a foundation. The last week is going to be about service. Everything is about service, and then why the 5th body of ours. How do we take care of this body so that we gain into the extreme, being that happy mode all the time? So service is the last week. That's how we completed. So look forward to seeing you all tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Thank you all.